Now let's use our model. Start with the unregulated case. There's a marginal cost curve here. I'm drawing quantity on one axis and price on the other axis. I'm calling it full price, you'll see in a second, but it's the same P that Murphy used. I even use the capital P, just like he does. You know, the marginal cost comes from a production setup. Again, the same as Murphy, constant returns to scale in two inputs. I'm going to use the same letters, K and L, but I might describe them a little differently. Now this is a constant returns production. I've drawn marginal cost sloping up. So what happened? Did I make a mistake? You're too quick to say I made a mistake. That's okay. That's the Chicago spirit.
I feel like there's more than the CRS, I guess.
Now this is CRS. I'm assuming CRS, but I'm drawing it this way. So what we do, yeah.
You're restricted in how you can increase one of the inputs?
Yeah, there's a upward sloping supply for K and L. Potentially upward sloping supply of K and L to the industry. So this is a tool we use a lot in Chapter 11. If there's an industry where we think upward sloping marginal cost is relevant at the industry level, we'll stick with the constant returns. Therefore, we can keep all of Murphy's formulas. We don't have to develop any new ones. But we add a condition that says, well, the wage rate is increasing in the quantity of labor that this industry uses. The R is increasing in the quantity of K that's used. So that's what we do. The full price, the marginal cost from the point of view of a producer who's hiring this K and L to make stuff, well, the marginal cost is just the average cost. It's constant returns. And the average cost is WL plus RK over Y. And then in my notation here, I'm going to use epsilon S is going to be the elasticity of supply, if you will, with respect to the price. Or if we look at its inverse, it's the elasticity of marginal cost with respect to output. So I'm going to use that notation. Here I'm showing the factor market. So I was showing Y on the horizontal axis before. Now I'm showing either K or L, and I'm showing them side by side. The blue curves are the derived demands that Murphy was looking at on Monday. Both are coming from the same cost minimization problem. And the green ones are the upward sloping supplies that I alluded to a minute ago. So part of what's going on, sometimes it's in the background when we use the Chapter 11 supply-demand model, but in the background is a simultaneous determination of the quantities of these two inputs. The elasticity of marginal cost in the previous picture is related to the green curves here. And this is the elasticity of the marginal cost of K with respect to K. And this is the elasticity of marginal cost of L with respect to L. And the overall market level elasticity of marginal cost is just a weighted average of those two component elasticities where the weights are the marginal shares. So ML, I don't know if Murphy's used ML yet, he's used SL. SL is the average share, WL over PY. This is the marginal share. It's W times, when you increase Y, how much do you increase L, divided by PY. And those will be different here to the extent that these supply curves are different in the two factors. We may be very L intensive when we expand L output, or we may be very K intensive. At the margin, we'll tend to be more intensive on the things that are more elastically supplied, because their prices aren't getting driven up as much. Okay, so